Welcome to Short and Sweet, where the reviews are short.
And it's really sweet that they shared it with us.
This week, we have, we think, John Wadsworth to thank for this 1969 Old Crow Chessmen. It's a pun. I think this was left in our suite at Whisky Weekend.
He has been known to give us a vintage pour or two.
Right.
I feel like this is one of the better known vintages. Like when people see...
Well, nowadays.
Nowadays, when people see an Old Crow Chessmen, they know what's up.
I know he gets a hard time about this a lot already, not meaning to pile on, but you know, Fred Minnick did sort of sound the alarm, you know, in a normal way, writing an article or
Chad, we can't say anything. We literally tell people about stuff every day.
I know, but we don't have the touch, I feel like. You know?
Okay. The word on the street with these, though, is because they come in those ceramic decanters, there's no way to tell when you purchase one, if you do find one, if what's inside has been tainted or has maintained its original quality and character.
There you go. Because normally, you know, in a glass bottle with a vintage, you can look and you see if it's cloudy or not, and that can tell you a lot about the whiskey. But when it's in that decanter,
you can't tell.
It is a crapshoot, and we've heard, you know, from Dixon Deadman with the Old Al Inn that he had bought sort of like a set of them, and only a percentage of them were good. Others were just undrinkable, which hurts.
That does hurt.
It hurts.
Especially when you consider what those probably cost.
Yeah, but this has got that nice, vintagey, silky
Makes
funk.
my mouth water. That smell.
It's
caramel and oak and a little bit of spice, but it's just this indescribable funk, as you put it, that you can only really attribute to like things of yesteryear, right?
It's very recognizable when you smell it. You just know, oh,
makes my mouth water.
This is a dusty vintage, yeah. Okay, to your health. The best way I can describe it is it's got a twang to it.
It does.
It's got this twang. It's almost like it's you're tasting some molasses, because it's got that sweetness and it's got, you know, a pretty good mouthfeel. But then it like puts the spin on it.
On the finish. And first you're like, do I like that? And then you keep going back and you're like, I think I like it. I don't know. This one I think is not the most pristine of the Old Crow Chessmen that we've had. Like there is a little bit more funk on it.
We've had fresh crack ones at a festival.
That's no knock on whoever did send us this, but it's been in
John?
the sample bottle for a bit. It's low. Obviously, it was vintage, so it had been opened before this, and potentially there had been some cork aeration issues.
There is an 11/22/2019 written on here, so I'm assuming maybe that this has been opened since 2019.
Who knows?
If that's the case, it's held up.
It has held up
over those 3 years rather well, because we found from experience with the few truly vintage ones that we have, once you open up that bottle, you're going to want to either be putting it into smaller bottles or just go ahead and drinking through it.
Yeah, they tend to have like an exponential half-life.
They do. But you know what doesn't have a half-life? It's just a full life. It's whiskyambitions.com. I don't know. It's where you can get the t-shirt that I'm wearing, new one. We also have the Glencairn's Copitas Rocks glasses, our water glasses.
Our new Glencairn travel set, which we're about to use
travel set.
All September.
That's right. You can get just a travel set, or you can get one with Glencairns that you choose in there as well. And it's a little bundle savings. That's whiskyambitions.com.
You can become a patron at patreon.com/itsbourbonnight and join our community for as little as $1 a month, and that is where we exclusively release our barrel picks, the opportunity to participate in barrel picks, another round with us that comes out on Fridays for some of the tiers, and more.
There you go.
So the first note that I got on this, Chad, was an overwhelming butterscotch.
Yes.
Like it was straight up butterscotch, and maybe a little bit of chocolate.
Chocolate and caramel.
And caramel and toffee, but butterscotch was like the number one.
Yeah. The other thing about Old Crow, it's not the same Old Crow of today. It's not the Jim Beam owned Old Crow, which is a 36-month-old product. This is back when National Distillers, now Shuttered Distillery, owned and made Old Crow. Old Crow used to be the thing. Like
the thing?
Today's BTAC, or, you know.
Did it?
Pappy. Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Absolutely.
I learned something new today.
Back in the, I want to say 50s, like if you were drinking the whiskey, it was Old Crow. So
really?
It's sort of a shame as to what's happened to the label.
Interesting.
Since then.
Okay. This does get a little bit astringent on the finish. There's like almost a chemical-y note, which I think is from the oxidation and potentially the interaction with the decanter.
Yeah.
And I mean, I could just smell this all day. I would make a candle out of this if I could.
If we could.
It's very perfumey.
Yeah. Overall, though, I think this, you know, as we said, not the best specimen that we had, but...
Not the best what?
Specimen.
Specimen.
Yeah.
Okay.
But still a really good one, 1969. You know, moon landing and this whiskey.
20 years older than I am.
Yeah, this is still pretty exceptional. And that's where we'll have to leave it. Hey, if you haven't subscribed to us already, you can do so by clicking right up here. There's suggestions of other videos down here. We hope to see you over there in one of those. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Thanks, John. Until next time, drink more bourbon.